Hello everyone and welcome to yet another YouTube video. As you can see, we are currently on the home screen of Revelation Act 1, Episode 6, showing off all the very beautiful things that have come to Valorant this season, as well as the official home screen for the Valorant game. I'm not going to go through the patch notes because that has been done to death. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you in very great detail a few things in this video. So make sure you stay up until the very end because the end will actually be a very slow Lotus walkthrough, and then I'll do a split tutorial in the next video. Hello everyone, Future Venter Black here. I don't know if you can hear this, but there's like massive thunder strikes outside right now. Anyways, if you're not interested in the battle pass or paying attention to the patch updates to the actual client itself or the new skin line, then you can skip to the timestamp down below and the one I'm putting up on screen. That will be the complete video only talking about the Lotus walkthrough and what you need to know about the map in very great detail. Thank you and catch you later. Because Split is a map I've played before, and from what I've seen, the changes don't really change the way you play around Split very drastically. They're more so to make the map a bit more easier to maneuver. Alright, so, first things first. Home screen is still the same. Battle Pass things, let's start with that. I don't have any opinion on this skin line. I'll get this out there right now. I don't like it. I don't hate it. I'm probably not going to get this Battle Pass. The bodies are pretty non-important to me. There's so many of them in the game. This one's pretty cool. I feel like it's a callback to the icon that had a car in it a few battle passes back, but whatever. Obviously, I mean, that's kind of cute. This skin line is probably something people who buy battle passes will be looking for. It's pretty clean. It's basically the bootleg version of the Arix's skin line, which I'll be going through very soon. There's no point going through the free stuff because everyone will have access to that. The sprays are pretty nonsensical. This is funny. When I saw this, I thought this was really funny. The fact that the smite melee is the thing being held like most captive, that's pretty funny. This skin line is pretty cool. You've seen a lot of this art online. It's whatever. People are speculating if this is a new agent. I think not. I think she is just a placeholder for the skin line, the same way there was the other woman that was the placeholder for the Glitch Pop and Undercity skin lines. Yep, that's it. Pretty normal skins. This is a really nice Marshall skin. Like, actually, this is probably just worth getting the Battle Pass for the Marshall skin alone, to be honest, as well as the Radianite. I'm only going to go through the stuff I really care about. That's pretty cool. New Year's Knot, very pretty, nice one. Again, skin line, don't really care about it. Meme spray is pretty good. See, I thought this was going to be a spray, which would be hilarious. Once again, a Venturi Spectre, very clean, very nice. It doesn't look like it has any chromas or anything. It's just a gun on its own. That's a pretty good spray, very relatable. This is going to be a very popular player card. I can see it. I hope it's actually the Epilogue player card. It's not, it's the Smite, but it would have been really nice to see this as the Epilogue player card, in my opinion. Obviously, this is a very cool show of Fade returning to Split. That's pretty sick. This is a Dragon Ball reference. I don't know if anyone picked up on that, but this is a Dragon Ball reference. I saw Kaede's stream when she was talking about this. No one even bothered to mention that this is a Dragon Ball reference, as well as the fact that these two characters are the two bottom tiers, so it'll be really funny if someone makes like a very cursed fan art where Phoenix and Yoro become one person. Once again, Venturi Vandal, very clean. It does also seem to ironically be following the same general shape that the Arixa skin line is going through, and I'll be giving my thoughts on that a bit later on. The melee is pretty whatever, nothing special about it. It would have been really cool if it had like a unique animation, like the character puts the hand into the gap that's there, if that gap was a little bigger, but you know. Okay, you know what? I might have to get the battle pass just for this card alone. God damn, that bike looks so fucking cool, man. Oh fucking, I didn't even want to buy this battle pass. Epilogue, very nice, very pretty, folded wish body. That's actually going to be a very popular body, I can tell. And then obviously the golden smite card. Pretty decent battle pass. No new agents added to the game just yet. Let's go to the store and I will go through the Arixa skin line right now. So, from the start, I think the concept is very cool. I am a massive fan of Gundam and mechs, so I already like it. However, I don't think you should buy the Araxis skin line. Araxis skin line, my bad. And here's why. For a skin line that's like this, with this model, yes, it is a unique model in the game. However, the overall price of the skin, in my opinion, does not match the skin quality. Hear me out. The other gun I can think of that has the same price as this is the Glitch Pop Vandal, which I will show to you right now. Looking at the Glitch Pop Vandal, I know it's no one's favorite, but this Vandal has a unique glowing animation right below the ADS side. The entire Vandal has a unique pull-out animation whenever you take it out in-game, because the actual barrel extends out and the gun transforms as well. The shooting is unique, and the finisher is infinitely better than the finisher that this skin line shows. I'm sorry if that offends you, but that is just the truth. I think being a counterpart to the mech type skin lines, the Glitch Pop bundle is way better than this one. Again, that's completely subjective. You can disagree with me. I just think the skin line has a lot more to offer than the Orixis. The melee is pretty mid-tier compared to the previous expensive skin line, the Orb skin line. The melee is pretty okay. But the whole wobbling vibration thing is pretty cool, and I guess if you care about the lore, then you will know that the melees and the reason why they vibrate is because they have the souls of human beings trapped inside of them. So every single melee is unique. It would have been pretty cool if the guns had a personality, like the gun that swears in Borderlands, although I imagine that would have been pretty difficult for Riot to code and pay for. I don't particularly have an opinion. I think if you're gonna buy stuff from this skin line, I think the two things you should get are the shorty and the operator. Why? This is the cleanest shorty skin in the game, easily. Right now, it takes the lead on any shorty skin, and the way it was used in the cinematic was very, very, very clean as well. But as a whole, I just don't think that this skin line is worth the price tag. But that is also just me. It does have a permanent finisher that goes up into the sky, but like I've said, it's just... I wanna like it, man. I really do, but... There we go. Like I said, get the shorty, get the op. These two skins are great. The Vandal, I think there's better Vandal skins in the game. Even the Prime Vandal that's cheaper, or the Sentinels of Light Vandal, I think those are better. Obviously, there's a bit of bias there because I like League of Legends, but... I don't know, man. I'm giving this skin like a high B tier. Bulldog is pretty okay as well, but no one uses the Bulldog, let's be honest. Although... I want to see the ADS. They're not ADSing with it, that's all I'm interested in. Because if it just has the normal, like, default ADS outline, which is just blue now instead... I guess the Bulldog is worth it as well, because it just has... It's an okay skin line. I don't think it has anything in it that makes it that special. ADS is pretty cool as well. Okay, you know what? Bumped it up. B+ tier. I will release a tier list video for skins very soon. Not that anyone cares about my opinion, but, you know, tier list videos are always fun. Okay, moving on to what everyone has come to this video for, we are going to be looking at Lotus. I know this seems a bit odd because Lotus has been gone through in people's streams, but I don't think anyone has ever actually just shown the map off. Alright then, let's see. Cheats are turned on. So, I should note, this isn't a tutorial. I am not telling you how to play the map. I've never played the Lotus before. I haven't had the chance to try Lotus yet. The whole point of this video is merely to teach you and show you what Lotus looks like, and to give you an idea of what the map is going to play like if you haven't had the chance to play the map yet. I'm actually really excited for this map. I think it's probably going to be one of the best maps Riot has added yet. And I already think it's a very beautiful map, looks-wise, alone. Like, the loading screen with the crashed Lotus open and everything is really, really cool. I think we're looking onto attacker's side from here. But we'll see, we'll see. I won't jump to any conclusions.
A bunch of Zarkor want to fight us.
Alright.
Really want to die. My ult's ready.
New voice lines as well. That's pretty cool. I don't see any UI changes. I think the UI is a bit smaller from the looks of it, although I could be wrong. Let's see. We are now currently looking at Lotus. I'm just going to go up into the air so we get a general overview of the map. Very, very beautiful map. I should note that Riot likes to put little tidbits of Easter eggs into their maps, so I will go through those as well. But here you are. You have the general overview of Lotus. Here is the entire map in all of its glory. I'm just going to be circling around it very slowly to show you the different areas, different things you might have missed, and everything there is to see about the map. You may pause the video at any moment just so you can get a general idea of what the map looks like. As I said, I was wrong about this. I thought this map would be gigantic, but from the looks of it, it's actually a very compact map where all the sides are relatively close to each other. So once again, mid rotations are going to be very key. I think this is going to be one of those maps where movement really, really matters, which is why you should check out my movement and positioning video that I'm going to link right now. But yeah, that is the general overview of the area. Here is a very beautiful, beautiful snapshot I can take. There we are, that's the thumbnail done. And let's see. Okay, heading back down. I'm going to go through the sites one by one, starting from attacker's side, and then I'll show them from defender's side. So, right away, one interesting thing about this is how straightforward the map is. Like, okay, you want to attack B, you go through the middle. You want to attack A, you go to the right. You want to attack C, you go to the left. Very, very straightforward. There's no confusion, there's no teleports, nothing particularly confusing just yet about the map. In fact, attackers can see an orb straight away right there, which leads me to believe that defenders might actually be able to peek very, very early on into attackers' spawn, which is quite scary. Alright, so starting with this area, there's a few boxes right here. I don't understand the purpose of these boxes. They might be hiding something behind it, but we will never know. There's obviously the central Lotus pad that we have seen so many times. I think a lot of gunfights are going to take place here, and we can see there's a small bear. Like I said, little Easter eggs being hidden by right here, and in fact I think that wall might have Radianite in it, or it might be a barrier of some sorts. But as you can see, there's the tiny tacti bear there holding what looks like a maraca, and then there's the general elephant there, which is pretty cool. Alright then, there's obviously what looks like people like Astra and Harbor on the walls, which kind of makes sense because there were two gauntlets that was used to open up this map. As we move on, there's a lot of color in this map, so try not to get distracted, and as well as the ambient sounds is actually birds chirping, which we haven't had yet. So maybe you should be careful about sound effects on this map, because it's very easy to be thrown off. There's this A here, which I'm assuming stands for A-side, very nice little helpful tidbit for Riot to leave for us. There's this platform where you can gain height on. Very well thought out with the tree to keep you from camping and holding this corner. However, you can still hold here, although I imagine it'll be pretty predictable. Any tactics and any wallbang walls will be when I release the tutorial for this map. Currently, we're still learning. So, as everyone should know by now, there is obviously the breakable wall there that goes, which is a link apparently, that goes onto B side, but for now we'll be focusing only on A side. Here is the positioning of the ultimate orb. Here on the right we have the Lotus open door. As you can see, it is an F to toggle. The door is very, very loud and it loops. And once it's sealed, it is shut. Let me see, it doesn't look like there's a cooldown, so the second the door seals, you can open it again. And once again, there's these boxes right here. Don't really know what purpose they serve, but you never know with Riot, they could just be decorations. Moving on to the site, again, there seems to be the Astra and second Astra, I guess you could say, parts. Very interestingly, I think this will be the default plant spot. I'm assuming, yes, it's a wall bangable box that goes all the way through to the other side. This will probably be the plant spot that everyone plants in at the beginning. Although, with the map evolving, I imagine a lot of people are going to start planting in here. And this entire area is going to play a lot like... Oh, actually, No, this will be a very, very bad plant spot. I was thinking this area would play a lot like Bind B with the tube area, but no, I think this will never be a good plant spot no matter who you are, unless you're planning to play for the wallbang with something like an Odin, a Guardian, a Vandal, maybe even a Judge, judging by the actual, yes, you could even play close range with the Judge and wait for someone to defuse, so be very wary of this wall, it's very easily wallbangable. Another default spot could be there. I'm seeing maybe people planting just underneath the rope. But honestly, the most I can see happening is people planting this way. Now, one thing that should be noted as to why I'm assuming this is going to be the default plant spot is how quickly you actually gain access onto site. So, there'll definitely be people playing A drop and definitely people holding site. Here's why you don't want to play A drop. This area you can't escape from. So, by all means, when you're defending, do not play drop. In the tutorial, Riot specifically made this area for people to be able to very slowly shift walk and slide down and not make noise when they peek someone. That's what this area is intended for. So whatever you do, please, 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 do not hide in a drop in ranked, because you will get raisinated to shit. Raze is going to be really strong on this map as well. There's quite a few places you can chuck a nade to ensure you get a kill here. And I can see already a default Raze lineup where you bounce the nade off that wall and they can't plant the spike. As well as her boom bot being an amazing clearing tool. But this is A site. This is the way A site will play. I imagine this will be the default site most people go to. Now, one thing I want to point out is you can actually get onto A site from behind the door. So what teams can do is use the door for bait. And then you just push through mid. Also, this door, doesn't matter if you're playing attack on an attack, don't break it. But on defense, you want to break this door every single time, because you can have someone hold A link. Once the door is broken, you can have someone that will be holding A link, and they can peek out and kill anyone trying to go A main, because they'll be able to hear this through the wall. It looks like the entire wall is bangable up to here, actually. So if whatever you do, I guess hold this corner so you don't get wall banged. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Nice little waterfall area there. Okay, moving on. Obviously, once you've gone through this way, if you don't want to attack B site, you can send someone like Yoru to lurk into spawn with his ultimate. Very, very cool structures. Very, very cool look. And here is defender site spawn. Very interesting map. Two people holding up above the other person is pretty funny. There seems to be a fade or a new agency. I've never seen this before. Is this like Valorant's counterpart agency? We're gonna find out. Is this a teaser for that? That would be pretty cool. It looks like you can get up to here, but you can't get behind this area. No destroyable objects yet from the looks of it. Nope, none of these spots can be destroyed. Very, very beautiful defender side. Obviously, I'll go through defender side once we're done with attackers. And yeah, you can actually hit the bell and it will make the metal clanging noise. It'll be pretty cool if hitting the bell made like a gong noise, or if there was a specific place you could hit it to turn on and off the music on this map. Right, consider that idea. But moving on, that's how you get into spawn from A. Let's look at attacker side going to B. Damn, this video might actually stretch out a lot longer than I thought it would. Alright, so, if you want to attack B straight away, things to note, there's an elevation box here, which once again reinstates my assumption that people will be able to push towards the orb very quickly on defense. You've obviously got the orb here, which seems very attacker-sided once you think about it, but from the looks of it, there's a camper box here that you can obviously wallbang, and hey presto, here we are already on B side. B site is the second site I see a lot of people attacking in my mind. It's very easy access. This will be like the eco rush rounds, the rounds where you have a mid buy or small buy and you just want to completely overwhelm the enemy team, as well as there being another fake door that you can use to go past, and that will allow you to go onto C site, which honestly that results in a lot of confusion. So what you could do is you could, in fact, use that door to either bait a B push or to bait a C push to confuse the enemy team. So Keep in mind the way you want to use these doors, as they will be played in a very unique way. And I just spotted another little tacti elephant right up there, just watching you, ready to take your life should you ever push him. That'll be fun to notice. I don't know if anyone's ever pointed out the fact that there's just a little toy there. This is B site. B site is the most interesting shaped site we've had so far because you can plant at any point during the stairs. I don't think there's anything special that happens if you plant right there. However, one thing should be noted, that defenders can get up here very easily. So if you're rushing B site, please, for the love of God, make sure you're watching the person that's planting the spike. Because of the elevation, there's a very big chance someone will just get one-tapped from above here and they will just fall back onto the defender's side. B side doesn't look to have anything interesting going for it besides the dip in the stairs. This will create a lot of dangerous situations because that is a very weird off angle someone can hold, as well as I imagine if someone is ducking here just at the edge of the stairs, you could create a pretty disgusting head glitch. And although you're pretty out in the open, I can see someone like Jet, Raze and Reyna making really good use of the stairs glitch, which is what I'm officially dubbing it. That's pretty interesting. I don't think it works like that. Oh, it does. So, here's a note for all you Fade lineup jerks, older people, everyone. This is an open area. You can silver drone through here to scan inside this area. That's insane. I'm actually so surprised Riot would do something so scummy. That's really cool. Okay, you know what? This map is getting better and better the more I go through it. Honestly, really well done, Riot. And of course, if you want to push into spawn, you can from B site as well. So, 2 things to know about this map. 1, it's very pretty. Well, 3 things. 2, it's full of mysteries. And 3, it looks like the entire game plan for attackers on this map is to get into enemy spawn because of how easy it is to do that. So, but for the love of God, defenders, watch for flank on this map because flank will kill you every single time. This has been B site. There's no notable wallbang box because there's not really anywhere you can plant. I guess if someone's stupid enough to plant here, I mean, you'd rather just kill them from there. There's not really a way to wallbang them through both of these boxes to get a kill. Yeah, I don't see how you would do that. But anyways, back to attackers going to C. Obviously, going back to it, very straightforward site. Orb is actually defender-sided on C, which is pretty interesting to see. I said C a lot in that sentence. You have a bit of elevation here. It doesn't look like you can see anything, but I imagine it's to cause confusion if anyone's pushing into attacker spawn. Also, another thing to note, please, for the love of God, attackers be careful, because as susceptible as the enemy team is to flanks on this map, so are you. Completely no wall bangs on the sand. That's interesting. Must be some bulletproof sand that Riot has. Obviously, orb location right here next to the door. The fact that there's a wall bangable box there makes me think that this is going to be the up angle of the game. How would you hold an up angle here? Yep, this looks to be exactly like I said. This will probably be the place most people will be holding as an off angle with the jet, or upping, where the jet could take an up shot, smoke herself off and dash back onto side to get that free kill and then move to safety. So keep that box in mind when playing this map. Again, this isn't an official gameplay tutorial, I'm just making assumptions based on the shape. Now, C site is the least popular site in my opinion, and here's why. It's the only site that has an archway door thin enough for things to actually get in the way very easily, like a sage wall, and it's the only site that has only 1 point of entrance. Every other site, B, you can get in through 2 separate areas, including C. A, you can get in through 2 separate areas, but C is only a 1 area site unless you're planning to come through spawn. So C should be the least popular site pushed. You should only do it as a one-off in case you have taught the enemy team that you like pushing A and B. Another reason why you won't like C is because there's so many corners. Just coming in here, let me show you all the areas you could die for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 being this corner right here. There are so many areas you can get killed from with people holding angles. You could swing here, checking right, and you'll die from someone main. You need your entire team to be very well put together to push this site. Default plant spot on this site, I imagine, is going to be this rock because, yep, Vandals can't go through it, as expected. However, a Guardian and the Odin operator, even the marshal, I believe, or maybe not. No, not the marshal. Judge? Yeah, judge can go through perfectly fine. Probably wouldn't use judge as a wallbang weapon if I'm being honest with you, but you can use the judge to wallbang. So remember, this is going to be a high piercing wall only. So Guardian is going to be pretty strong at keeping people from planting. And thankfully for you guys, you can't shoot below head level. So if you constantly aim up above in the yellow bits, you will always hit a headshot. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I imagine this will probably be the most default spot people play on. Guardian will probably be the pretty strong on this map. Or maybe there'll be another plant spot right by this box. But again, wallbangable box, and you can die from waterfall, main, and spawn. So be careful. C is a site I would say don't go to. So that has been the attacker's side of Lotus. Let's look at the defender's side. I'm probably going to have to cut Lotus into a whole new video. So I'll do that. I'll make another intro for the Lotus and explain the confusion. But here is defender's side of Lotus. Once again, very straightforward map. Are you going to defend B? Well, then please walk straight forward. Are you going to defend A? Well, please go to the left. Do you perhaps want to take your chance at a gunfight? Well, then go stairs. Do you perhaps want to play the off angle on C? Well, then go link. And then from link will be the most rotates onto B side than A, I imagine. So remember, if you're playing C, you're much better off actually rotating to A through link, so you get behind the enemy team than you're going through spawn and going main. But yeah, let's look at how you would defend A. So I imagine most A defense will actually happen through lineups and will happen through utility. You will either have Sova arrowing there once you hear the door open, or arrowing there if there's no door. You will have some form of trap or anything in stairs to keep people from flanking you. And you will probably have someone playing around this area with a second player in tube or here in order to check out for noises and stuff as such. Keep in mind, there's a lot of off angles you can hold on this map. So, like, if you play all the way back here, you can get a pretty decent angle on people pushing through mid, and as well a pretty decent angle of people pushing through A. Just beware that you don't get pushed at the same time. Also, there's the rope here that obviously gets you above. That's pretty cool. I don't see much use of it for people other than defenders falling back to play with the rest of their team. And also remember, drop is probably going to get naded a lot, so if you're going to use this drop, only use it to retake the site. Don't actually play in this hole, because you will most likely die unless you're a character who can updraft or has the ability to TP up there. And from the looks of it, I can't even put my TP up there as Yoru. Is there any way to get up there? No. You could probably play Sage in here by walling yourself up and doing a bit of an off angle, and then once you're done, you can jump up there. But you don't want to, you don't want to seal yourself off from the rest of the team, because that just won't be a good idea for anyone. So that is defending A. Once again, if you're playing on A and plan to rotate, I strongly suggest doing it through mid, especially after breaking the door, because this makes retaking B very easily. Defender side B should only have one person playing here, and the person should always be playing in B upper. Why? Well, the reason for that is that if B gets taken, you're alive. Pretty big deal. If you're playing link, you're gonna die from main, and if you play on site, you're probably gonna die because your only other fallback is this area here, which I guess if you think people are gonna go C, you could play here. But more often than not, you'd want to be B upper, because that gives you a very free access into all the other sites, as well as allowing you to catch any flankers, because you will probably hear people running through stairs if they're trying to flank, excuse me. But yeah, B side will probably be pretty easy to defend, in all honesty. Even if there's 5 people pushing here, you could have an operator, and that is such a terrible angle for the defenders to push. The only way they could probably take this is if they actually smoke off B upper. And even then, if you're playing someone like Jay, you can push through the smoke and dash out for getting a free kill. So be careful with this map. It's a very tricky map to explain, and I'm still just going through it. None of these are tactics to play the map. Oh crap, I just killed myself. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Okay, cool. I'm back up. Where was I? Ah, yes, defenders C. I think the way I imagine this map being played is actually 1C, 2B, 2A, because you have someone playing B upper and C link, and then only one person on C side, because like I've said, there's only one way to take C side, and that's through C main. It feels really weird saying that because there's no other C main in the game. That feels so weird. That just doesn't roll off the tongue, right? I'm sorry. But yeah, I can imagine there'll be quite a few people that will just have to only have one person playing C main. It's a very small site, very tight angles, very easy to get away from anyone pushing. So tactics, 2A, 2B, 1C. That is the game plan. Not really much else to say about C. There's only one way to push. Attackers will come from there. If anyone comes from B, they'll have to kill the person holding C link first. So you've got that defense. If anyone comes from your spawn, the person holding C link and the person holding B upper should be able to hear them before they kill you, especially seeing as there's C gravel here. That has been Lotus, the complete walkthrough of every site, the complete walkthrough for attackers and defenders. If you have any other tips, tricks, or things you want to add, leave them in the comments down below. And if you have any other content you want to see me make, also let me know down below. The split video will be coming very soon as I get my bearings around to actually playing split and seeing what the changes on the map are. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I have been Venter Black 3, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe.